What's the deal, world? I go by the name of Biz Billa. We back BYC Gaming, bring your controller. New York Jets franchise. We have finished what was an outstanding season, outstanding playoff run. 44-16 Super Bowl win over the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas, Super Bowl number 59. Just an all-around standout performance from top to bottom, from the beginning of the season, dealing with Aaron Rodgers' injury, all the way up until the Super Bowl win against the Jets. Before we get into the proceedings this evening, if you like what you see and whatnot, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the above. Let's do a quick recap of the 2024 season before we move on to the next preseason. Our first game, I didn't even realize this, our first game of the year was against the Dallas Cowboys. We lost 19-22, and you all know what happened in the previous game against the Cowboys. So that was our preseason, 1-2, few losses and whatnot. We did beat the Giants. That's the most important game of the preseason. See, the Raiders handle business. Look at these point totals, man. 37-34. We beat the Niners 18-14. Good win against the Texans. Amazing comeback victory against the Buffalo Bills. If you haven't seen that episode, week number 6, that is a great episode to watch. Bills came back and got us in Buffalo. We beat the Patriots, as you can see, twice this season. We also beat the Dolphins. Excuse me, we lost to the Dolphins. So if you go back to my previous episode, I told a lie. I thought we won that game, but we lost 40-19. I stand corrected. That's my mistake. Bad memory. It's been a while since week 14, but let's go ahead and move on. We'll look at the playoff picture one more time before we move on. This is how the 2024 playoffs went. Cowboys reign supreme as the number 1 seed in the NFC. We did our work in the AFC, and now we are moving on to a new season as the defending Super Bowl champions. Beautiful thing to see right there. Let's just quickly run through the awards real quick and just show y'all how that went. Dak Prescott, 52 touchdowns on the season. I mean, that's an MVP season, despite the Cowboys not being the cream of the crop this season. Mike McCarthy takes home Coach of the Year. You see Robert Saleh, our guy, finished the season 14-3, but it's tough to beat a team or a coach that was 16-1 on the year. Good job by the Cowboys in the regular season. Pat Mahomes, Offensive Player of the Year when it comes to the AFC. Defensive Player of the Year, Quentin Williams takes home that award. Wasn't the league leader in sacks. That belonged to that man, Micah Parsons. He was the leading sack man, but Quentin Williams made all types of strides in defense, tackle for losses, things of that nature. Malik Neighbors is going to be the Offensive Rookie of the Year for Buffalo. On the defensive side, Barrett Carter did his numbers for the Colts. If we move on to the Chiefs, best quarterback goes to the Chiefs quarterback, Pat Mahomes. As you can see, no Jets there. It was a rough year as far as quarterbacks are concerned for our guys. Jonathan Taylor taking home the Distinguished Best Running Back Award. Breece Hall right there in the mix. He had a great season. Hoping to duplicate that next year. Jamar Chase and Sky Moore, the guys that we're talking about on the AFC side as far as receivers. Can't forget Garrett Wilson. Really, truly standout season. Shout out to McCole Hardman as well. Austin Corbett, who got hurt in the Super Bowl. Him and Tomlinson right at the top when it comes to best O-lineman. Quentin Williams, the obvious choice there, along with his teammate John Franklin Myers for best D-line. When it comes to linebackers, we usually get C.J. Mosley in there, and there he is, top 5, ranking at number 4. Easily could ride off into the sunset with a great career. Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter II, DJ Reed carrying us all year long. You see there the top DBs along with Micah Hyde. Will Reicher, we talked a lot about this guy. Didn't miss a field goal on the entire season. I believe he was 31 for 31. It might have been more than that. I could be wrong, but excellent season from Reicher. The rookie did a great job. I think he actually should have been an Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation. I know he's a kicker, but he had a great year, and we'll just breeze through real quick for the NFC. If you want to see these in their entirety, you can pause the video at any time. We're just going to blaze through this real quick. Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison both putting up numbers, and they are the guys to be reckoned with when it comes to offensive rookies. You see Verse and Trotter doing what they do as you expect. Dak Prescott there as the best running back. Quarterback. Surprised to see Brian Robinson at the top there. CeeDee Lamb carrying the weight for the Cowboys. You see their offensive line. Micah Parsons. This was a Cowboys season. They were dominant, and the awards prove just that. Stephen Gilmore in the mix for corners. Best kicker goes to the kicker for the Pack. Obviously, Prescott, Offensive Player of the Year, and defensive going to Michael Parsons. Real quick, we'll glance at some league leaders, and then we're going to move on into the offseason. You see the passing leaders, 4,500 yards for Dak Prescott, 52 touchdowns. An incredible year for Prescott. Derrick Henry and company for the Titans leading the way with touchdowns. In the rushing category, it was 17. Brees Hall right behind him. Actually, I take that back. Jonathan Taylor had 18. Let's actually look and check these exact stats. Sauce Gardner finishing with the league lead in interceptions. So just real quick, I'm not going to look at every team. We're just going to look at the Jets statistics, and we'll leave it there. What a year for Aaron Rodgers as far as just being able to battle back from injury again, same as last year. Touchdown ratio, not the best, but very impressed with Bo Nix. Bo Nix nearly threw for 1,000 yards in his 107 attempts. He didn't play in too many games, but he pretty much 9, but he was outstanding. Zach Wilson played in 2 games, and he did what he could do, but those 3 interceptions are very Zach Wilson-like. Let's take a look at the rushing numbers. Brees Hall, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, an excellent season, only 2 fumbles. Did a very good job for us. Khalil Herbert, very serviceable spell back for Brees Hall. He did a great job. Very interesting to see McCole Hardman here. He had a very good year on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Izzy may be our new guy. We'll find that out at the end of this episode if he'll be our spell guy. We'll just glance real quick at the reception leaders. Garrett Wilson at the top with 72, 1,200 yards. Pretty much call it 13, just 1 yard short of that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to yardage, we definitely got to move that ball through the air a little bit better. But we know that we had a lot of injuries this season. Garrett Wilson will do what he does regardless of the quarterback. Defense, our tackle leaders, I think we know who that is. CJ Mosley always holds that title. Jordan Whitehead did a great job this year, as well as Derek Forrest. We'll see if we'll bring him back. Interceptions leaders, let's take a look at that real quick. 9 picks for Sauce Gardner. 6 for Michael Carter. DJ Reed with 5. CJ Mosley had 4 on the season. It was just an all-around good year for this Jets team. And this will be the last thing we show before we go to punt returns and kick returns. Will Reichard, 31 for 31. You see the numbers. You can pause if you need to. 52 for 52 on extra points. You see that 100, 100. Did not miss any. He was very accurate no matter what part of the field he was kicking from. There you see some of the distances on his kicks. It's an excellent season for Reichard. Let's lastly look at the return men. Jashaun Corbin may have earned himself a punt return role next season. McCole Hardman, 1 touchdown, longest return being 99 yards. And Corbin has the 84-yard one up there. He didn't get to the house on that one. But look at the year for Hardman. 25.6 per return. Absolutely outstanding. 1,100 yards. He was absolutely outstanding throughout the year. And that is the 2024 season for the Jets. So winning that Super Bowl, if I could just go back real quick, winning that Super Bowl has now propelled us to number 9 on the leaderboard as far as coaches are concerned. Actually, let me just look. Look at that. That legacy score is very impressive. 1 Super Bowl for Mr. KC Jackson, the new owner of the Jets. Get off my Jackson and my Johnson. You heard? On to the next tour. Let's move on. Let's get this offseason rolling. We got contracts to sign. We got things to do. Staff moves. See all my staff moves. See who all got fired. I don't think any big name coach. Let's go to head coaches. See if anybody got moved on. Sean Payton retired. I don't even know why he came back just to do that with the Broncos. Jonathan Gannon fired as head coach of the Cardinals. Okay, he got fired as well. McVay got fired from the Rams. Tomlinson got fired from the Steelers. Todd Bowles got fired. A lot of movement. Stefanski's gone out of Cleveland. And Marshawn Wallace is the new head coach for the Broncos. So should be interesting to see how that plays out for Denver. Let's go ahead and advance the week. Move on to the offseason. Make these moves real quick. I may or may not have the draft here in this episode. We did do that last time. We'll just get a quick season recap. There you see your New York Jets, 2-time Super Bowl champions. Super Bowl MVP. It took us a while to find it, but Brees Hall is your Super Bowl MVP. He went absolutely bananas in that game. Caleb Williams, Rookie of the Year. We've shown some of that stuff before, but you can just get a quick peek at how the season went. And I'll post this on our social media platforms so you can get a look in detail at the 2024 season. Looking back, retirements. Let's see who's gone. Nick. Oh, I thought it was Kirk Cousins. That's Nick Folk. That is Kirk Cousins. I did see his name up there. After 13 seasons, the signal caller retires. Patrick Peterson, Cam Hayward. Some solid names here. Cam Jordan, 14 years in NFL. Adam Thielen. Aaron Rodgers. That's the one that's gonna hurt. It's gonna make things interesting. But he went out on top. He went out with a Super Bowl. Same thing with C.J. Mosley. Jason Kelsey also retired, but just to focus on the Jets for a second. Aaron Rodgers, 2 years with the Jets, injured. In the first season, we got eliminated in the playoffs by the Bengals. Came back with a vengeance, got hurt again, but he does just enough to get the Jets back into the Super Bowl contention. Love to see that for our Jets. Let's see who else retired. Stephon Gilmore, he's gone. Blaine Gabbert, didn't even know he was still in the league. Levante David, Von Miller is going to rest it up. Wow. Very, very interesting. Carlos Dunlap, Taysom Hill after 8 years. Marvin Jones, very interesting. Raheem Mostert, wow. A lot of talented players. Latavius Murray, they are heading into the sunset. Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP, and that be that. Joe Flacco as well. Interesting, but the main name we saw up there, Aaron Rodgers, that's going to clear some money for us to be able to make sure that we are signing whoever we need to sign to keep this team in contention for Super Bowl 60. So let's go ahead and get Elijah Vera Tucker. I like his power. If you saw the previous episode against the Chiefs, he laid down a Chiefs defender with one arm. That is needed. Braxton Jones, I want him to be a little more agile. We'll up that. Mekhi Becton, if I could up his injury rating, I would do that. But we'll up his pass protector so he can better protect Zach Wilson or Bo Nix, whoever is the starter next year. Joe Tippmann, he's solid. We'll work on agile. Let's see who else was going to get a boost in their rating. Shout out to Corey Foreman, became the starter late in the season. Did some great things for us. I'm going to make him a better run stopper because we have had trouble stopping the run. We definitely looked that way in the playoffs. We'll do the same thing for Quincy Williams. Let's go ahead and up that. Josh Thompson, some of these other guys may just have to get their stuff automatically updated. Anybody else here important? No. These are all guys in the 30s, so we'll auto upgrade these guys. Good luck to you, gentlemen. Let's move on to, let's see, weekly awards, scout players. We've done all that already. Staff moves, we've seen that. Let's move on to re-signing players. Excuse me, let's get this done quick. When it comes to who will be re-signing, as you see some of the mock drafts going down. Okay, so First and foremost, I know for a fact we have to accept some fifth-year options. We got $61 million to work with. We know this is a done deal. You don't have to worry about that. Fifth-year option accepted. Garrett Wilson, fifth-year option accepted. So that actually doesn't affect our cap room. So I guess we already knew that. I mean, I guess the money is already accounted for their fifth-year option. So Khalil Herbert, 10 mil over 2 years. He's 27. And, just in case Brees Hall does get hurt, that'd be a good guy to have. Fifth-year option for Jermaine Johnson. I'm going to have to take that as well because he filled in very well when Carl Wilson and guys like that got hurt. Corbett is a hard guy to let go of. He's been absolutely solid since joining us, with 23 mil for a center is a little steep when we still got Forrest, to worry about. I think, okay, so we won't be bringing him back. Uh, hmm. He's 31, he's 69, 300 pounder. Chaz didn't do anything good. I'll sign him back just so we can make sure we have a backup there. We'll give him a 1 year deal. Forrest or Corbett was a Pro Bowl. I might have to sign him. We got Malachi Moore spelling Forrest, so what's more important? Secondary. His kid's is 72. He's 23. We just drafted him. This is tough, man. 27 mil. Let's see if we can knock that down a bit. So you give him 4.8 bonus. Let's give him 4.4. How much is that worth now? So leave us. I'm gonna sign the kid back. What we're gonna do? We're gonna let Khalil Herbert walk. Oh, he didn't take that deal. Okay, so Herbert, as good as you were for us, you're a scheme fit. You're 27. I'm gonna let you walk. Corbett, we'll give him a $6 million deal. We'll push that to 5.9. Make that offer. That's a good offer. He's gonna take it. Now, if we franchise Forrest, that gives him 19 mil for 1 year, whereas his one contract should be. Is he worth that franchise tag? I could still tag Herbert, who would get paid 16 mil essentially. I'm gonna tag Forrest because Forrest is 26 years old. We'll let Herbert walk, and we'll let all these other guys walk as well. And we'll try to fill any necessary needs in free agency. We can take a quick peek at the mock draft just to see where some of these names are going. Bear Alexander is the projected #1 pick to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just picked up Brock Bowers last season. Now Travis Hunter expected to go to the Panthers. I wonder if Jordan Love is having success in Green Bay because they're projected to pick Shedeur Sanders. Very interesting early on. Let's see, has ETN dropped? He was somebody I had my eyes on. Okay, he's still there in the first round. Don't know why the Commanders would take him when they literally had the best running back in the NFC this year in Brian Robinson, but we will not judge. All right, let's move on to the first period of free agency, and let's get this thing going as we go ahead and simulate ahead. We'll check the combine results in just 1 second. Let's look at this free agent period. All right. So, let's look at team needs if we can. What do we need? Jesus Christ. The best player available is Batonio. Okay, some good offensive linemen here. Bakatari is there. Tyron Smith. They're a little on the older side. Two is a free agent. Don't want him as a Jet, though. Let's just be real. David Njoku, we're set there. Wow, this isn't the deepest free agent pool. I would love to sign Judon, but he's too old. Elijah Mitchell is interested in signing with us. Not quite sure if we even need him. Aaron Jones as well. Well, let's quickly just look at our needs because I don't even know what all we need to sign. Let's take a look. Quarterback, Bo Nix is our guy. We know that. Okay, Izzy will be our backup. So if we can draft a running back, and I think that'll set us there. Maybe sign a second or third string quarterback. Fullback, we're set. Wide receiver, that's probably the position that could use a little help just to add some depth. I'm gonna be honest, we don't have to do too much shopping this offseason. We are pretty set with what we've got. across the board. The only position I've seen that I need to thoroughly improve is linebacker, because we did lose CJ Mosley. So we'll get a linebacker, maybe a left outside linebacker, a running back. I think that's it. Maybe some help in the secondary. Yeah, we don't have to do much work. That's a relief, truth be told. So let's move through this free agency period quickly. Got moves to make this evening as we look at the free agent table. So we already said we want to look at middle linebacker. Got to improve that position. Bobby Wagner's the best guy out there, 35 years of age. I don't know who David Long Jr. is, but he is 28 years old, and outside of Kaiser White is probably our best option. Kaiser is a year older, but he's a little bit more athletic. He's a better tackler. Let's try to sign him real quick. Let's do $3 million. I'll give you a $3 million bonus over 3 years. All right, so that's one guy we're after. When it comes to outside linebacker, Shaquille Barrett wouldn't be a bad signing, but I may just go in the direction of having Foreman as the starter. So let's just give this kid an offer that he can't refuse. See if he's interested. Let's also get another, maybe younger linebacker. Who's the youngest linebacker out here? Okay, he's interested in signing with us. Quarterman is out there as well. How much does he want contract wise? Let's give you 2 mil. I'll give you a 1-year deal and I'll overpay. And then let's get a quick glance at corner just to see if there's any help out there. I said we'll sign somebody probably young. That's not the best. Okay, he's interested in us. I like that. Let's put him at 1.9. Let's give him a 1-year deal. And then lastly, let's look at running backs. I said we can draft one, but let's just see who's out here. Jalen Warren. Hubbard is a very solid back. Very strong as well. Fournette is still here. Madsen, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Truth be told, I like speed. So right now, the only name that has quite interested me will be Jalen Warren. What a low ball him. Let's go to 1.6, 1.2 contract. I don't want a 2-year deal. You're a project. All right, let's move on to the next week. Get this thing moving. I'm not going to keep y'all folks too long. This is just a little off-season episode. We did this previously, too. You can watch that episode number 14. Last season's off-season episode. We had some music playing. Today we don't have that. Don't want to run us any flags or anything like that. I didn't check the combine stats, but we'll worry about that when we do the draft. Did we sign anybody? Okay, so we got both of our linebackers. Warren's still interested. He probably doesn't like the contract offer. How much money we got left? $9 million. So let's withdraw this offer. I do want this kid. Let's make it a little sweeter for him. This kid could just be a solid backup. Let's move it to $2 million right there. If we don't sign them, we'll get those needs in the draft. Let's just go ahead and move on. We'll look at the pro day results real quick. Hopefully it also shows combine stats. That it does not. Shedeur Sanders is the guy. Let's move on to the next. No Jay-Z. No Swizzy. Stage 3 of the free agency begins now. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. Did we get our guys? Let's see. Okay, we got White. We got Joseph. All right, we're done. We don't need to do any more shopping here in free agency. Let's use the rest of that money to build towards the 2025 season. I don't believe there's any quarterbacks that we can sign right away outside of Tua that can change anything. I'll take one look at that, and then we'll move on. Let's see. Quarterbacks. Tua's the main guy. Oh, he signed with Detroit. I'll take that back. And Jared Goff signs with Tampa Bay. Trey Lance is out there. Not the kind of guy I want to spend money on. Jordan Love is out here. Ooh, hold on. He wants $3 million. I don't want to be committed to Jordan Love for that long. I'm going to pass on that. Jordan Love's not the guy of the future. And I don't want to bring another Packers quarterback to the Jets, even though we had some success with that. Let's move on to the next week. Mock draft number 5 being simulated as we do this. As we move closer to the 2025 season. Let's get a quick recap of free agency. Batonio, signs with the Raiders. Bakatari signs with the Cards. Tua going to the Lions. That should be interesting. Hopkins signs back with Tennessee. And Joko is going to Detroit. Sante Samuel Jr. to the Rams. Judon's still going to be out there. Jake Elliott's still going to be out there. Elijah Mitchell is now a Carolina Panther, same as Brandon Cooks. And those are pretty much the most important names. Jordan Poirier is also a Ram. Khalil Mack goes down to Carolina. Ramondre Stevenson to the Saints is a great pickup. Zay Jones going to the Cardinals. Michael Thomas going to join DeAndre Hopkins. Julian Love, safety for the Dolphins, now a Saint. Let's move on to the next. Okay, private workouts. Let's just schedule those. We'll work out. I told y'all I've been interested in ETN. He's at the top of the board. We'll work him out. Let's work out a third rounder like Caleb Johnson from out of Iowa. We need to get younger at middle linebacker, so let's also work out Shamar James from Florida. We'll confirm those as our private workouts. We'll see how that goes. Let's hurry up and move to the next portion, the NFL draft. I think Madden can definitely do a better job improving the entertainment during stuff like this. Maybe have some commentary or something. Let's go ahead and start the draft. Let's see where Shador goes. First pick goes to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to take Bear Alexander as projected. Next, Travis Hunter goes to the Panthers. Will Campbell goes to Philly, who had a rough year. Benjamin Morrison, Notre Dame corner, goes to the Texans. And Shador Sanders is now a Green Bay Packer. I guess we can go ahead and skip to our next pick. That was the main name I wanted to see come off the board. And we do not pick until the second round. We have the last pick of the second round. I told you we're going to go running back, linebacker, and we'll figure everything else out along the way. When it comes to the run game, Branson Robinson, an elusive back. He's got very good carry, very good catch. He's our pick right now. We had a private workout with Caleb Johnson. He's a solid player, probably not as talented as Robinson. So right now, Robinson is our pick right here in the second round. So get linebackers real quick before we do that. Shamar James, who we had a private workout with, is still on the board. Let's see, can we get him in the third round? Let's go ahead and take Branson, the UGA product. He's coming with us. He is a New York Jet. Very good speed, very good athletically. So he's what we need as far as an elusive back is concerned. All right, let's move ahead to our next pick. That will be, the end of the fourth round. So all we can do is hope that that kid that we worked out is still there. If he is, that's where we're going. He is off the board. And there is no one that has our scheme fit except for Jalen Wilcox. So we'll probably wait to get another linebacker. I think the best thing to do is get the best player available. Let's look at quarterbacks. Got my man Jay in the building. He might recognize some of these names better than I can.
very solid quarterback that played with alongside Marvin Harrison Jr. in Ohio
McCord.
State.
So McCord's who I need to look at. Truth be told, like I want to get the best player available, but I don't even know if we have any needs we need to fill.
Was it the inside or
Probably,
outside?
probably outside linebacker. This guy's going on day 3, so
You think it's character issues or
who knows? He plays at USC. It might be that. He's not the best tackler in his bunch. Like this kid, Elam is a much better tackler than these names above him. We'll go for Elam in a second. I'm gonna take McCord just because we don't know what to expect from Zach Wilson.
what's other quarterbacks?
Yeah, so McCord is gonna get taken off the board by us. The 6'3" quarterback is now a Jet, probably gonna be second or third string, depending on how Zach Wilson performs going into next season.
And the Titans plan to hire Brian Callahan as their coach.
Wow, Ryan Callahan
The Cincinnati Bengals offensive coordinator.
back in the mix. So the guy I wanted to take, Elam, is still here. Let's take him off the board. Looking like an old man in that picture. But he is a good tackler. That's why I picked him up. I will take that. And we got him late, you know what I'm saying, in the draft. So hopefully he's a solid player. Could be a steal. Let's see. Next user pick. We've got the 6th round pick. I'm gonna get some speed at wide receiver. Playmakers are in abundance right here. I like his catching traffic. I don't like his size. He's 5'11", 186. If I can get someone that has that kind of talent, there's not nobody here like that. So we may have to use him as a slot guy. Let's pick him up. This might be a steal. Ooh, I like his credentials.
Acceleration.
You understand what I'm saying? I like his credentials. That's a good pick. Kevin Coleman, welcome to Gang Green. So as we get closer and closer to Mr. Irrelevant, I'm going to trade this pick away. Let's review some of these offers. I don't have anybody I need to necessarily pick up. I'll probably get a middle linebacker with my next pick. We're being offered a lot of 6th round picks. I'm just looking to see if anybody is dumb enough to give me something better than that. Doesn't look to be that way. So I say let's take multiple picks. Preferably multiple 6th round picks. I don't see that as an option. So we'll take this pick from from the Packers because they have a young team. They did make the playoffs. Shador's their quarterback. They may have some struggles. We'll take their picks. All right. And we should have one more pick remaining. Let's skip ahead and see. Okay, we got another pick in this round. I'll use this pick to get another linebacker. Even if we don't play him at middle linebacker, we can move him around to a different position. Jalen Wilcox. I saw his name up here earlier. Not the best tackler. Artie Davidson, I might pick him up to bring him with his teammate. Boatwright is a scheme fit. I don't see too many great tacklers down here that are scheme fit. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and commit. See, he has better pursuit to the ball, he being Jalen Wilcox, and he's a team fit. It's either him or Artie Davidson. Artie Davidson is a field general. I'm going to take Wilcox because he's a run stopper. He's probably a former teammate of Jalen Harrell. Let's pick him up. Solid credentials as far as the physical.
Could be developed.
And like we definitely want him to be just a tackler, a run stopper. If we can get that from him, that will be much appreciated. So we got one more pick left in the draft, or we should at least. I don't know if we traded it away or not. We have Mr. Irrelevant's pick, and that pick is going to go to, I'm going to get a corner, because you can never go wrong with having some depth in the secondary. I got a lot of family in Virginia who are Hokies fans. I'm going to go ahead and take this kid from Virginia Tech, make him our final pick. Mr. Irrelevant, he's coming home to become a Jet. He's got some very good physical attributes. And let's see all the ratings after we go ahead and send past the draft right here. Draft recap. Let's take a look at if some of these ratings are here. No rating. Okay, here you go. So Coleman, who we picked in the 6th round, pretty much has the best rating, 73. I mean, I know 74 for Robinson, but he's a 2nd round pick. He should be a 74. No reason we should be catching a 73 in the 6th round, but I like that. Elam was also a good pick. He's a 71. Everyone else, for the most part, going to have to be developed, including Kyle McCord, and we will do just that. We will sign those boys and get them ready for the 2025 season. So let's just that's it. I mean, I was gonna look at the draft recap and see some of the ratings of the players, but they're not giving us that option. We'll leave that. I guess I'll give a quick look at Shador's rating just to see what he'll be walking into his rookie year as a Packer. He got a 78 rating, which is pretty solid. And the draft in the offseason was pretty solid. We didn't have too many needs to fix. We had some good things going into this season, and that is where we're going to leave it. We appreciate y'all watching the entire 2024 season here on BYC Gaming. We got much more heat coming for y'all. Stay tuned for COD Live. That'll be coming to y'all weekly. We got the MLB franchise trying to finish things up with the Yankees and push them to a World Series pennant and whatnot. But right now, the Jets season is done. We'll be back here with the Jets very soon. A new era, the Bo Nix era of the Jets, is going to start. This has been a Super Bowl run, a Super Bowl championship contending team since we have taken over as a Jets owner. We appreciate y'all for watching, whether live or on the playback. I go by the name of Biz Billa. Be sure to tap in with everything BYC Gaming. That's at BYC Gaming on YouTube, at BYC_gaming on Twitch, as well as Instagram, at BYC Gaming Online on Twitter, aka X, bringing you classics on TikTok, and as well as bringing you classics on Facebook. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy Biz Billa. It's just been a quick all-season review, as well as a recap of the 2024 season. Made some moves. We got some big things on the way. We appreciate y'all tapping in. We will be back very soon. Peace and love.